Trapped spirits, why some souls can't. When the soul leaves the body after death, it usually transitions to the spiritual world within 40 days. However, there are cases where this does not happen, and the soul remains, more or less trapped, in the astral plane, close to Earth. These are the cases behind the stories of ghosts and spirits. Strong material attachment. The reasons why a soul may remain on Earth after physical death can vary. One of them is strong material attachment. Some people become so deeply entangled in the physical world that they completely forget where they came from before arriving on Earth. They grow overly attached to the dense matter of this world. These are often individuals who crave wealth and material possessions excessively. They are willing to do anything to acquire them. Such people tend to believe that life is only what they can see and touch. They don't believe in reincarnation or life beyond the physical. Because of this mindset, after death they are unwilling to move toward the light. Instead, they remain earthbound, stuck in the astral plane near Earth, until they awaken and become aware of a greater truth. Negative emotions at the time of death. If death occurs violently and the person experiences intense negative emotions, these emotions can be so powerful and heavy that they anchor the soul to Earth. People have shared with me that when visiting Batak, a town in Bulgaria, they have felt a heavy, sorrowful energy, the lingering presence of many trapped spirits left behind after the Batak massacre. Such energy can also be sensed by more sensitive individuals in other places associated with torture, violence, or mass killings. These locations often hold emotional imprints that can bind souls and keep them from moving on to the light. Not letting go, holding a loved one's soul on Earth. When someone close to us passes away, our grief can be so intense that we unknowingly anchor their soul to Earth, preventing it from finding peace and moving toward the light. This often happens through continuous crying, mourning, and emotionally charged words spoken during or after their death, especially within the first 40 days. Phrases like, "Please don't leave. What will I do without you? I can't live without you. Please, come back," can create a strong energetic bond that holds the soul close to the living. In such cases, the spirit stays with the grieving person and does not depart. In some rare situations, even when the mourner later passes away, both souls may remain earthbound, attached to one another, and sometimes even bind themselves to another living relative. Disorientation at the time of death. If a person is confused or disoriented at the time of death, their soul might not realize that it has left the physical body. This can happen, for example, in cases of dementia before death, sudden accidents, or unexpected trauma. The use of strong painkillers near the time of death can also cloud awareness and lead to confusion. As a result, the soul may wander in a dazed state, unsure of what has happened, not understanding why no one can hear or see it. Belief that there is nothing after death. If during our lifetime we believe that death is the end, then after we die, we might not even realize we are dead. Still thinking we are alive, we may remain stuck in a void, in nothingness, until we become aware that we need to move toward the light. Belief that God will punish us. Some religions, like Christianity, teach that God will judge us and send us to hell for our sins. Personally, I believe that God is only love and does not judge anyone. However, the spirit of a person who strongly believes in divine punishment may end up punishing themselves through that belief, becoming stuck in the astral realm for a long time, unable to move toward the light. Suicide. A soul doesn't always remain earthbound after suicide. It depends on the circumstances of death, but suicide is still one of the possible reasons why spirits stay on Earth. You can listen to one of my past life regressions connected to a suicide in a previous life. Curses and magic. A curse or magic is a form of intentionally directed negative energy toward someone. Its power depends on who cast it, how it was performed, and the level of protection or awareness of the person targeted. Unfortunately, whether or not we believe in it, this energy exists, and it can affect not only our lives but even our deaths. It's important to know that such energies often return to the one who cast them, and not only to them, but also to their descendants. This is not something to be taken lightly. Even small rituals, like so-called love spells aimed at making a specific person fall in love with us, can cause serious harm in the long run. We should also avoid falling into fear and paranoia. Not every problem means there's a curse. Many people exploit others' fears for profit. But if we truly want to check, we can use tools like muscle testing to find out, without giving thousands of dollars to charlatans claiming to remove black magic. Unfinished business on Earth. Sometimes, a soul cannot move on to the light because it has unfinished business on Earth. This could be anything: a task left undone, a deep unresolved wish, or emotional attachments that still bind the soul to the physical world. One powerful example comes from a regression session. A spirit remained trapped on Earth, burdened by guilt over past wrongdoings toward her granddaughter. During the session, the granddaughter forgave her late grandmother, and in that moment of forgiveness, the soul found peace and was finally able to move on toward the light. Strong attachment to another living person. Sometimes, a soul remains bound to Earth because of a deep emotional attachment to someone still alive. This can be due to toxic love, a desire to overprotect someone, or even the wish for revenge. Until that emotional bond is released, the soul may not be able to move on toward the light. Once the soul lets go of the attachment that chains it to the earth, it can peacefully pass on. Important note: these reasons are not absolute, but rather possibilities. Not every soul experiencing such circumstances becomes earthbound. In some cases, a soul quickly finds its way to the light after death, either through inner clarity or by meeting a guiding presence that helps it transition peacefully. Even if a spirit does remain near Earth for a time, we can always help guide it toward the light. The light is always there, waiting. Don't be afraid. Even if earthbound spirits sometimes cause disturbances in our lives, we shouldn't fear them. Instead, gently guide them toward the light. That's where they belong. Thank you for being with us on this journey. May light and peace always guide your path.